All right. Section 1.6, Chapter 2, Section 1.6, Part 2's video. In this problem, it is again another, here's two ordered pairs, find me the equation. So 26 units with a price of $57 is an ordered pair, and then 41 units and 46. Okay, because this is not time, okay, we don't have to worry about resetting the clock. The only ones that we reset the clock or reset the X value back to 0 is if we did have a time, like in the first problem in the previous video. All right, so here we go. We take these two ordered pairs. I'm going to clear all my stuff here. First thing, second plus number 4 clears all my lists. I don't have to worry about typing over anything. And I'm going to go ahead and change my mode. So I hit mode, and I'll come down, and I'm just going to do it to 2 decimal places, and then highlight it and enter. And then second mode quits. All right, so that changed 2 decimal places. All right, so let's hit stat, enter, and make sure we're on L1. We're going to hit 26 and 41. Those are my X values. Then I'm going to hit 57 and 46. Double check these, make sure that they are correct, that you had not mistyped them in, because doing the process correct and with incorrect numbers still will give you an incorrect answer. So make sure that you take a second to check these. Now we hit stat again, arrow to the right, number 4. My X list is coming from L1, my Y list is coming from L2. I'm going to store it, so that's vars, arrow, enter, enter. That's how you get Y1 up. And then calculate, boom. So I got negative 0.73. So slope is negative 0.73. The y-intercept happens to be 76.07. Okay, now I'm going to write the equation. So in terms of Q, so in P, so P equals negative 0.73 Q plus 76.07. All right. If you have an 83, then you need to watch the first video and make sure that you got the key strokes down for how to do the linear regression and typing it out. I go through that, and let me know if you have any problems about that, okay? All right, so let's look at another problem. On this one, we're going to look at 2. It's company A and then company B, and we'll answer some questions. So we've got to do a regression off all this data. So we're going to go back, and we're going to clear my keystrokes. We're going to second plus number 4, enter. And that's going to clear all my list because I've got a big list to put in. And now I'm going to hit stat, enter. Make sure I'm on L1. I'm going to put in all my X values. 50, 100. Okay. I'm not putting in 200 because I don't have a Y value for it. So you must have a corresponding Y value for every X value. If not, you'll get an error. Okay. And 37.5, enter. And 45, enter. Note that I got a Y and X for every one. Double check my list, 0, 30 or 0, 5, 10. I got a problem right there. That 5 should be a 50. Okay, I just arrowed over to it and retyped it, so no big deal. 30, 30, 75, 31, 50, 37, 50, and 45. Okay, now, stat, arrow to the right, number 4, go down, and I'm going to store it, vars, arrow, enter, enter. And I'll store it in Y1. I'll run my calculation. So I get slope is 0.5. Let's see, line is sleep. Well, 0.15. We're gonna, so slope is 0.15, and the B happens to be 30. Okay. Now, it's going to ask us to find the missing information. Because I put that in Y1, I can go second window, make sure that my table is on ask for the independent, then second graph, and what that allowed me to do is, I hit delete to clear that, is type in 200, which is an input, and it'll give me an output, right? So at 200, it gives me 60. So the answer is 60 here. All right, so that's part B. Now, let's do it again. Now we're doing company B. So we're going to hop out of everything. I'll clear my list here. And we're going to do it again. So we're going to hit second plus number 4, enter. Stat, enter for edit. Go back to L1. We'll hit 0, enter, 100, enter, 150, enter, 175, enter, 190, enter, 200, enter, and then we'll type in the values: 65, 75, 80, 82.5, 84, enter, 85, enter. Now, I've got all of company B's in there. Double check everything: 0, 150, 175, 190, 200, 65, 75, 80, 82, 50, 84, 85. Okay, so we're going to hit stat, arrow to the right, number 4, go down, and I'm going to store it in Y1. So vars arrow, enter, enter, and then enter again if I need to calculate. So my slope is 0.10. And my y-intercept happens to be 65. Okay, so we've got the equation for company B. Now, which company pays higher fixed costs for rent and labor? That would be when the x is 0. So we compare this point, which is 0, 65, and we'll compare this point, 0, 30. Well, as you can tell, 65 is a lot higher than 30, so company B has the higher fixed cost for rent and labor. That means without even renting, how much is it going to cost you to be able to rent it? And it would be 30 and 60. So which graph will be steeper, the graph corresponding to company A or the graph corresponding to company B? Well, we need to look at the slopes. I got a 0.1 for company B and a 0.15, and that would mean that company A has a greater slope. Okay. Now, this is choice A, that's choice B. Positive and negative correlations. That's what the R is that came up on my calculator. Okay. So looking at the graphs, what it means by positive is it's like a positive slope. It means it's going increasing from left to right. And negative means it's a negative slope, meaning going down. So you can very quickly see that this is a positive. This is somewhat of a positive. It's definitely not going down. This is a negative, and that is a negative. So you can put P, P, N, N. Okay. All right. That's enough for a video. So Chapter 2, Section 1.6, Part 2 video.